has ever known. DIRK Nowitzki revolutionized the game as a 7-footer with remarkable shooting range. An NBA champion and MVP, Nowitzki played a record 21 seasons in Dallas and is the 6th leading scorer in league history.
One of the great scorers in the history of this game.
I didn't know how great he was until one day I'm at TNT and I saw that he passed me up on the score. And I'm like, wait, I had to go back and make sure that, they weren't cheating me out. And then I had to look and I was like, man, he's really been consistent, especially after his second and third year. Will always be recognized as one of the greatest Mavericks to ever play.
Coming back to Dallas for the second time, to be able to meet the big German, DIRK Nowitzki, I was in awe because you got to see him, from afar, and you hear about the things, his work ethic and the things he did, on the court and how dominant he was. Now to be a teammate, I thought I was like a kid in a candy store.
You talk about in the game evolving, and here's this guy, 7 feet tall, shoots it like, Larry Bird, just can score, can beat you in so many ways.
One of the most unguardable shots.
DIRK Nowitzki.
There was a narrative back in the 90s, and that, foreign players just weren't good. They weren't good enough to play in the NBA. They weren't tough enough, Whether that narrative was fair or not, that was out there. And DIRK was one of the first guys as a young guy coming in the league, learning, gaining respect, getting better, becoming an all-star, eventually an MVP, eventually a champion, and I think changing that narrative.
During our championship run, me and DIRK was playing one-on-one a lot, because we figured he was going to be cross-matched as well as I, on multiple defenders. It was going to make it very interesting and challenging. So that was one of the funnest things we did, though. We competed in practice and stuff, but we was able to really help each other.
I remember there was my first kind of couple rookie games, and we played DIRK, and I remember I was like, dang, I'm playing DIRK Nowitzki, and the next thing you know, he's yelling, give me the burger. And I'm like, what's the burger? Oh, the basket, The next thing you know, he gave me 32. And I was so happy after the game. I was like, man, did you see how good he was? And my parents were like, Jenny, he just barbecued you. I said, but there's nothing I could do. And that was the thing with DIRK. There's nothing you could do.
From a novelty, really, when he first entered the league, to a no-doubt Hall of Famer by the end of it, DIRK Nowitzki was just different than anybody who had come before him. How much did he change the NBA?
I think he changed the game a lot, because before DIRK Nowitzki, you wanted all your 7-footers to impact the game in the paint. But DIRK was different. He was unique. He was 7 feet. He could shoot the basketball. He could straight line drive you from the three-point line. And the Dallas Mavericks did an excellent job of letting DIRK be DIRK. They didn't try to make him be somebody else. They didn't want him to conform to what they thought what a 7-footer should play like. And we saw what the results was, a Hall of Fame career.
And with that style came a perception early on that maybe DIRK was somehow soft. You played with him. What did you see?
There was nothing soft about DIRK Nowitzki. He was one of those guys that was tough. He always wanted the ball. He was a hard worker. And in the clutch moments, he would deliver, and he was prepared to live with the results. And that's what, to me, shows toughness. So sometimes, he might not have been as physical as some of those old school bigs back in the late 90s, early 2000s when he first got into the game. But he didn't have to be, because he had an incredible skill set, and he put that on full display in 2011 when he went on an incredible run.
With that combination of those skills and his size, just how difficult a guard was he?
He was impossible to guard, because he developed that one-leg fadeaway, and that's what really took him to the next level, because now he could post up guys that were smaller than him. He didn't have to waste a lot of time and energy trying to back guys down and bang them in the post. So with that one-legged fadeaway, there weren't too many guys that could stay with him, and most 7-footers didn't have the quickness or the foot speed.
First and only international player to ever score 30K points in the NBA.
A lot of buckets.
DIRK, battles. That's the first thing that come to my mind. Playing each other twice in the NBA championship. You're going to walk away with some scars. You're going to walk away with a healthy version of dislike and a healthy version of how much you respect and how much love that you can have for a competitor. I love DIRK as a career he had, and a career that is a legendary career that a lot of people still, once again, don't talk about. I love the fact that, hopefully, fingers crossed, that we get to go in the Hall of Fame together. And just to be able to compete against him and win a championship in '06, that really solidified my career and my talents. And then to watch him come back and win his in 2011, even though it hurt us as a team, as a fan of the game, I can appreciate what that did for the game of basketball and what that did for one of the game's greatest players.
One of the most incredible comebacks in NBA Finals history.
That one championship was enough. He'll need to win 3, 4, 5. That one for him, the way he did it, the route to get there, that was special.